So I wanted to do a quick video about what your time is worth to you. Okay? This is just something I was thinking about. I was listing a book. I just got finished. Listed about 11 boxes. Okay? Usual books. About $5,000 in profit of books there. Okay? Took a few hours. And I had a book and it was $3. $3 in profit, that's all. Now I said, well, is this worth it? Now in the back of my head I said, you know what, I list these all the time, so they must be worth it or I wouldn't do it. That's just the way I think. I don't waste time and I'm not an inefficient person, but I want to actually do the math. So I whipped out a calculator and I did the math. I timed myself from how long it took me to list a book from scanning, labeling, putting in the box, and I calculated that time against 1 hour, and I found out how much do I really make listing $3 books. And what I came to find is that it takes me about 30 to 35 seconds to list a book from start to finish, labeled, priced, in the box. In an hour, that's about $300, give or take. You could even say a little less than that. Now, is my time worth $300 an hour? I'm happy with that. I'm okay with $300 an hour. That's pretty good to me. Now, of course, not all books are going to be $3. Most books are going to be more than that. And then I think further, how much do I spend on the books? Well, if I'm making only $3 on the book, I probably didn't spend $1 on it, even though I might, if the rank is low enough and I know I'll flip it. I have no problem turning $1 into $3. But the vast majority of those books were from bag sales. So I spent maybe 10, 15 cents on that book, and I'll get $3 back. It takes me about 30 seconds to list it, so I consider that worth my time. And that's something you can do with books. It's something you might not do in retail arbitrage or online arbitrage because, well, it depends how long it takes you to list, ship, pack, etc. I have a very efficient way of listing. I've perfected it over a long time. I have everything set up in a very specific way so I can do it pretty fast. So it's worth it to me. So the video is mainly just to ask yourself, next time you're sourcing, next time you're out, really ask yourself, when you go to pick up an item, doesn't matter if it's a book, if you're doing arbitrage, calculate that profit and see how much time it takes you, start to finish, and ask yourself, am I happy with that amount of money for the time it took? And you may find that you're not. You may find that you're actually wasting a lot of time on a lot of things. I personally can't list something on eBay in 30 seconds. I can't do it. Now, it's probably because I don't do a lot of eBay and I don't list a lot on eBay, so I haven't had really a need to find an efficient way to list on eBay. There's probably a lot of people who can do that. But personally, right now, I can't. Probably due to the fact that you got to upload pictures and things like that, well, you don't have to do it on Amazon. But it's just something to consider. I think eBay probably takes longer to list, and it's certainly more of a hassle to ship things out. So for me to sell something on eBay, it really has to be worth my time. I won't be selling books profiting $3 on eBay. I'll just put it that way. But I wanted to bring up one other point. I just got a MacBook not too long ago. Now this is a MacBook Pro. I paid $2,500 for this. This is the 15-inch model, and it is the highest end model you can get that's pre-configured. It has a high-end video card. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's great. Now I had a PC before this. When I changed to that laptop, everything ran much smoother. I can tell you, I have not rebooted that thing pretty much since I got it, except for maybe some updates. My Windows machines, I find very often, they slow down over time. You get them, they're wicked fast. Months go by, slows down more and more. I check, no spyware, nothing running. Maybe it needs to be defragmented. Nope, no issues there. Don't seem to know what's going on. Windows 8.1 seems to be a huge victim of that. Now, for whatever reason, Mac OS X, you might know it's based on Linux. I have not had one issue with this computer since I got it. Now, how does that translate to my business? Well, I'm not wasting my time doing crap that I don't want to do, trying to fix stuff. My listing speed went up quite a bit. I can tell you today, I had over 130 tabs. I'll say that again. I had over 130 tabs open in Firefox while I was listing. Because I didn't have to close them. I didn't have to close them. So I didn't take the time to do it. I just kept listing. No problems. So it's just something to consider. Look, am I telling you to go buy a $2,500 laptop? No. But if you haven't used a Mac, you might want to consider it. Just something I've noticed. I use both Windows and Mac, but I considered this to be a no-brainer for me. You can still load Windows on it through a virtual machine. Had no issue. So, as far as the topic, it does relate. This has saved me much time, much frustration. You can actually get a Mac Mini for $500 and hook it up to your own monitor. Runs OS X, which is most likely the cause of everything running so smoothly, and be good to go. And it's just something I found that it helps, and it just works very well. Okay. And now, one thing I also wanted to tell you, if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, please do. If you go to jimpickens.com, it's on the right hand side. It'll be a subscribe box. You just need your first name and your email. The reason is this: there's only so much stuff I can give out, tell you on YouTube. There's too many people watching. There's just too many people. It's too open. So there are things that I want to share. I'm unable to do it on YouTube. Now you can ask people that have been subscribed to me for a few months. I've probably sent out like 3 emails. So you're not going to get spam, nothing like that. If I email you, there's a reason. And there's a good reason. And I actually happened to email my list 2 different categories they could get ungated on for OA X-ray, because this was for my OA X-ray tutorial. And dead simple. And I emailed my list only, because it's not something I felt comfortable going out doing on YouTube. So if you haven't done it, please like me on Facebook and go to my website, subscribe to the newsletter, because there are things that I want to keep you up to date with that is easier through email, and also I can tell you some things that I might not want to tell you here. So, but at the end of the day, this was my video. This shipment's going out tomorrow. I'm going to schedule a UPS pickup. This is about $5 grand worth of profit. Took a few hours to do. Didn't take too long at all. And you know, things are going the right direction. I'm hiring now. I got people doing stuff for me as far as actually more sales type of stuff, because I don't like doing that stuff. But I've got a girl doing stuff for me, building connections, building relationships. I will be hiring a lister, because if you're not hiring, then you are just a one-man business, and no matter what you do, there's only so much one person can do. It makes much more logical sense to offload some of that work onto someone else and free your time to do things you want to do and make you the most money. So that's all the video was about. Please join my newsletter, like me on Facebook, and next time you're out, really give that consideration. When you pick something up, ask yourself, is this really worth my time? And if you find you do that for enough things, you may find that you're actually wasting quite a bit of time and that you're really not happy with what you're making. And if you narrow that down, you'll make your business that much more efficient. So alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.